SCP-2197. Object Class: Euclid. SCP-2197 is a one-story structure located in Maine, an unincorporated township between US Route 1 and the Atlantic coast. The words Anziano Curio Shoppe are etched in stylized lettering on a large storefront window displaying what appears to be various second-hand goods. Individuals traveling by motor vehicle in or near experience a greater than expected rate of mechanical difficulties. GPS malfunctions, flat tires, unexpectedly low fuel, and loss of cellular reception. Affected motorists frequently seek assistance in, and while delayed, they often enter SCP-2197. Due to its location between the township's only mechanic and its lodgings, residents of and the surrounding area do not appear to experience these travel-related difficulties, and it will sometimes obliquely warn those affected away from SCP-2197. Those entering SCP-2197 are greeted by a humanoid entity resembling a stooped elderly man in a leather apron, designated SCP-2197-1. The entity will introduce itself as Mr. Anziano, engage in small talk, and encourage the visitor to browse. If an individual expresses interest in an item, SCP-2197-1 will speak highly of the effort involved in its manufacture and the good character of its maker, often remarking that he tried his best. Most items purchased from the shop display anomalous properties. Somewhere on each item, typically the back, underside, or interior, is a single small glyph, written in a hemoglobin-like substance, the design of which differs from item to item. Foundation linguists have concluded that the glyphs are backward renderings of the first, second, third, fourth, and sixth letters of the Aramaic alphabet. Some glyphs are appended with a plus or minus sign. The permanent contingent in has compiled a representative sample of items purchased by D-Class personnel from SCP-2197. Description of items gained by personnel. A green Western electronic model 2500 landline telephone, which rings from 1 to 6 times a month, regardless of whether it's connected to an active phone jack or not. If an individual picks up the receiver, a staticky voice resembling that of a young girl will whisper 7 days and the call will disconnect. Exactly 7 days later, whatever phone happens to be closest to the subject will ring. If the subject answers, an identical voice will whisper it has been 7 days, and the call will disconnect. No further effects have been noted. Item 2. An irregularly shaped concave object with several notches in its outer rim, apparently made of clay containing flecks of ash. When any individual with a history of tobacco use, who has not consumed any form of tobacco since the last full moon, comes within approximately 6 meters of the item, a lit cigarette emerges from the item and slides into one of the notches, with the filter side pointed toward the individual. The cigarettes are reported to possess an intensely unpleasant smell and taste. Approximately 65% of test subjects who smoked the cigarette required hospitalization for sulfur dioxide poisoning. In all such subjects, the traumatic experience caused by extreme aversion to subsequent tobacco use. Item 3. A poorly constructed birdhouse with no known anomalous properties. Item 4. An antique small desk lamp operated by a toggle switch at its base, with the on and off positions labeled. When operated by an individual unfamiliar with the lamp, the functioning of the switch is reversed so that the off position turns the lamp on, and vice versa. Once a particular user becomes accustomed to the reverse function, the switch begins to operate correctly. This process repeats each time the user forms an ingrained habit regarding how to operate the switch. Special containment procedures. Because neither SCP-2197 nor the lot on which it is built are recorded on any official documents, the Foundation has been able to effectively assume legal ownership of SCP-2197 by purchasing the buildings on either side of it, the lots of which legally encompass SCP-2197's location. A small contingent of Foundation personnel have been permanently assigned to manage these properties. Civilian motorists lured into the proximity of 2197 are to be intercepted by these personnel and given whatever assistance they require in order to leave the area. Once a week, a D-Class personnel wearing a remote surveillance kit is to enter SCP-2197, engage in conversation with SCP-2197-1 and make a purchase. Due to local residents' length of exposure to SCP-2197 and their habitual reticence regarding it, mass administration of anesthetics have been ruled out. As residents have observed Foundation personnel steering visitors away from SCP-2197, they have become increasingly accepting and even friendly towards the members of the permanent contingent. These social relationships are to be used in conjunction with monitoring of mail and electronic communications in order to identify and isolate individuals who pose an unacceptable risk to the containment. Well guys, that was SCP-2197, a building that has a man that's a shop, and the guy makes things that have anomalous properties. And the first item, the -5 item, it's kind of funny because it was a phone that just rings, and it kind of references the ring a little bit, the whole 7 days thing. But yeah, there was a lot more items that I didn't go into, just because they were quite detailed and took quite a while. But like, the link is to read this is in the description, so you can go look at them yourself if you'd like. But yeah, that's all I have to say really about this SCP. Sorry that I think I might sound a bit different in this recording. I'm kind of still getting over some sickness. So that's kind of great, I know. But anyway, let me know what you thought of it in the comments below. If you liked it, leave a like. If you dislike it, dislike it. Subscribe to this channel, and if you do, hit the bell to get notified. Join my Discord, the link to do so is in the description below. You can talk to me and many others there, and even enter giveaways I do from time to time. Share this video around to your friends to give them a scare. And as always, thank you so much for watching.